NVIDIA invested in this company. Should you as well? If you're looking to learn about SoundHound AI stock, you've come to the right place. So right off the bat here, we've got an article. NVIDIA owns a stake in SoundHound AI stock. You should too. And then it goes on and says, well, it missed on top and bottom lines, but the revenue growth is still quite impressive. I'll dig into the financials later, and we'll also look at a chart, and I'll tell you where the stock might be headed. And I'll even show you a demo on how SoundHound AI works in action. Here's the 13F from the SEC, and you can see NVIDIA owns ARM, NanoX, Recursion Pharmaceuticals, SoundHound AI, and True Simple Holdings. Now, one thing to point out here right away is if you look at the number of shares that NVIDIA owns, it's $3.7 million. So it's not a huge number, but it's enough to get the attention of Wall Street and some traders to pile into a name. Now, with that said, this company, after doing some research, is very interesting, and I think you're going to want to see what I cover next. The ticker is SOUN, and this went public via SPAC back in April of 2022. The stock opened at $8.72 and rocketed to almost $15 a share at its all-time highs. Then it dropped off a cliff down to just over $1 a share, and this was trading $1 and $2 for a long time as a penny stock. Now, the pin action on today's movement is even more interesting than all of that. This stock, $7.55 at the low today. The high, $10.25, trading right now at $7.95. Huge intraday moves for SoundHound AI. So what is the company all about? This is a voice AI platform. Some of the use cases you can see on your screen: call center, mobile apps, web, hotels, Internet of Things, and cars. Now this says breakthrough voice AI technology developed over 2 decades. Wait a minute. 2 decades? How old is this company? All right, so this company was founded in September of 2005, and it generates how much revenue after almost 20 years? Well, that would be $17.15 million in the most recent quarter. Bruh. And yeah, it has good growth, 80.5% year-over-year growth, but it missed on the top and bottom lines. Now, with all that said, is this an opportunity to buy shares on this pullback? Now, of course, you know that NVIDIA invested in this company, but who else are they partnered with? To be honest, this list of names is pretty impressive. You can see some of the partners and customers. You've got Square, you've got Honda, you got Jeep. So you're talking about automotive in here and getting more into restaurant and other use cases that I'll discuss. And this is available in 25 different languages as well. So smart answering, smart ordering, dynamic interaction, and then chat AI. Now this slide's really big and it might surprise you. 260 patents, 120 plus granted, and 140 plus pending. Now the first thing that comes to mind is, well, Megacap Tech already has this space locked down, right? You're thinking about Siri and Alexa and so on. I'll talk more about that later, but let's first try to better understand what the company's all about. Let's hear from the CEO.
Your products are in kind of 2 areas. One is customer service. In other words, if I go to a Dunkin' Donuts or a Krispy Kreme or whatever, a Jersey Mike's, and there's an outdoor automated ordering thing, it listens to my voice and says, I want the number 7 with no onions and extra cheese, right? That's what it does. And then the other thing is it enables me in my automobile, for example, or in my home to tell an appliance or a car what to do. Am I right on that? Is that what you do?
Yes, tremendous opportunities in AI, but at SoundHound, we made 2 predictions, and we're focusing on those predictions. One is that AI customer service will be as essential for every business as Wi-Fi and electricity. So you create your business, you sign up for a website, you sign up for Wi-Fi, you sign up for electricity, you sign up for AI. And we specialize in that. And then the second prediction is that we will prefer talking to devices than other forms of interface.
If you tell me that, I'm going to believe and I'm going to hold you to it.
Now, we've all experienced this. We've used an Alexa device, a Siri device, and it doesn't work the way we want it to. So one of the things that you're thinking about right away is, well, how good does this really work? If mega-cap tech companies with billions of dollars can't figure this out, how can this tiny company do it? Sometimes seeing is believing. So I'm going to show you a demo on exactly how it works.
Pulled pork burger, lettuce wrapped, brownie, onion rings, spring water, vanilla cupcake, delete the first item, French fries, get rid of the spring water, strawberry milkshake, scratch the onion rings, side salad with blue cheese, delete the brownie, chocolate chip cookies, remove the French fries, classic cheeseburger with American cheese, bacon, avocado, lettuce, tomatoes, ketchup, mustard, and pickles, and no onions with a double patty on a pretzel roll. This is amazing.
Now, I want you to imagine going to a restaurant and being able to order that way, say through something like a drive-through. I think many of you would probably agree that oftentimes when you're talking to the drive-through attendant, they can't understand what you're saying, and I wouldn't mind trying my odds with AI versus a human half the time. And then you have other use cases such as automotive. So in a vehicle, talking to your car and having the car do something for you. Now I have Apple Play and it's integrated with Siri and it works pretty well. And it goes back to that topic earlier. Doesn't Megacap Tech already have a lock on this? One thing to point out there is if you think about, for example, Siri, it's very focused on the consumer ecosystem. And I guess it goes the same with Alexa as well. Amazon's creating an ecosystem for its customers, but that's very much B2C. Now, in that interview with the CEO, he explained why he felt that NVDA invested in his company.
Well, we've known them, NVIDIA, for a number of years, and they've been a great ally and shareholder in our company for a number of years. And if you think about it, they are in AI, but they're building the foundation and infrastructure for AI, and SoundHound is putting that infrastructure into really good use with our voice AI and conversational AI technology.
And in simple terms, he explained it as NVIDIA is building out the infrastructure, and a company like SoundHound AI is taking that infrastructure and making use of it. But the company is focused much more on B2B, partnering with large organizations, with restaurants, with automotive companies, and so on. So when I'm doing my research, I get to this point and think, well, I just have to dig a little bit deeper and know a little bit more. So this slide is going to show you competitive advantages, and it's comparing it to Big Tech 1, 2, 3, and Legacy, and Big Tech 4. You can get an idea of what they're trying to do here. On the right-hand side, it's going to be SoundHound AI. And this is an investor deck, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. And in a nutshell, what it's telling you is that they can do all of this and nobody else really can. Now, again, according to SoundHound AI, a massive market opportunity for voice AI, $160 billion TAM 2026. Now that's TAM, total addressable market, not SAM, serviceable addressable market. This gives you a good snapshot of what they're focused on. So you got Internet of Things, you've got the automotive, restaurant, entertainment, and then on the bottom, so you got financial services companies, healthcare, retail, contact centers, and enterprise. Now, enterprise is going to be probably the most interesting to me, but if you think about how they're doing business here, they're working with other businesses. So this is all B2B and not B2C. That in itself does make this an interesting opportunity enough to explore even more. Now, this is talking about connected global devices, 2025, 75.4 billion. And back in 2015, just 15.4 billion. I think all of us will agree that this is going to be a huge secular trend when you think of Internet of Things and connected everything. So when you think of large language models and taking that information and then trying to make use of it, use cases for AI, the next step in AI, we know about the H100s. We know about the infrastructure. We know about the enterprise players. What are some smaller AI companies that we can invest in? And this does fit a thesis for a long-term story here. The question is, how speculative is it? How expensive is it? And is it something that you can buy now? Now, one last slide here. They're calling themselves best-in-class voice AI technology, strategically positioned, great partnerships, 25 languages, massive $160 billion TAM, $342 million in cumulative bookings backlog. Now, that's a big number because I showed you earlier what the revenue was last quarter. And the company's also driving towards adjusted EBITDA positive, which would be a massive positive for the stock. So next, let's look at valuation. Let's look at some financial metrics, and we'll also look at a chart, and I'll give you some opinions as we go, as well as my final thesis if I think it's a buy now or not. Before I do that, if this video is helpful at all and you're new here, subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. All right. We got SoundHound AI. This is on Seeking Alpha. Let's look at profitability first of all. So gross profit margin, 75%. That's the only positive metric here. And Seeking Alpha is giving the profitability grade an F. Now, growth is showing a D-. It's showing a forward revenue growth of 48.89%. Valuation, of course, not profitable. EV sales, 58.49, and the forward is a 38.61. Expensive. Price to sales, 43. That's TTM. Forward, 38.48. So basically a 40 price to sales plus, and that's based on a $7.89 price. Remember, this stock was just $10.25 this morning. And look at this price to book, 157.42. Do I like this company as a long-term spec? The answer is yes. It's very interesting. So is the stock expensive? Absolutely. It's insanely overvalued at $8. Now, some of you are going to watch this, you're going to dislike that I'm saying that. I just provide facts, and I'm trying to provide analysis to help people with their decisions. Now, this channel is focused on long-term investing. If you're a trader, you're going to trade a momentum. And you could have made a lot of money on this stock, especially this morning, if you were very agile and got in and out. So as a long-term investment, is this something to consider at $7.98? For me personally, it's a little bit expensive, but it definitely is on my radar. It's on my watch list. Let's look at a chart and see where it could go. So check this out. You can see back in May of 2022, this actually got over $18 a share, and then it fell off a cliff. And earlier I said it got to just over $1 a share. In fact, it got below $1 a share at 93 cents. Massive volatility swings here from 93 cents up to almost $5, back to $1.50, back to $5. And it really was trading in a range for quite a while before the pop. You know, back in August of 2023, this was $1.80, and it was really trading in that $1 to $2 range. Now, this stock started to run before earnings, and the earnings really weren't that great. It really comes down to a lot of traders and momentum behind these AI names. So literally a month ago, this stock was below $2.50. And this morning at $10.25. That's a massive move in a month. You can see it pull back. It's at $7.80 right now. Now, these are Fibonacci's. The R3 is up here at $11.94. You can see it broke above the R2 at $9.54, and then it basically rolled over. When you see a huge move like this, you often will see a 50% retracement, sometimes more, sometimes less. And that would bring you to around $6.40 a share, and it's trading above that, of course, at $7.90 a share. But fundamentally, the stock is still overvalued, and this is a lot of trading momentum. Is it an interesting company? I think the answer is yes. Am I personally buying this stock today as a long-term investment? I'm not, but it's on my watch list, and I think the stock could see massive volatility in either direction. A lot of it's going to depend on the overall market. If the market continues bullish, you could see the stock go much higher, but I like to invest off of fundamentals, and right now at this price, it's just not a good target for me. Thanks for watching. Drop me a like and comment. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.